this working? My hair, I need to get some gel in my hair. So, I'm having a quick walk. It looks like it's gonna rain. It is, what time is it? Oh, I can feel it, it's spitting. I may have to turn around and go back. Let's just keep going for a bit longer. So, the last day of 2024. Woo! I can see the wind's gonna pick up. So I've just been for a quick drive in my Volkswagen camper van, my 1967 camper van. I wanted to have a last drive in it of the year. And I've just come back from the hospital because I had a hospital appointment, an ECG. It was just a follow-up appointment. I went about 6 months ago. So they just wanted to do a follow-up, and it was perfect. Everything tested excellent. The doctor, who was lovely actually, said I was in perfect health, and she checked me all over and said, keep doing what you're doing. That's what she said to me. So I think that's proof that the carnivore keto diet works. She checked my heart thoroughly and with the ECG, so please don't worry, guys. I know we were talking too much about the diet on the live stream that we did about this morning with Yasmin. So I thought we'd go on a last walk around my neighborhood on the last night of 2024. Well, it's not night really yet. It's starting to get dark though. Woo! It's chilly though. Definitely cold, guys. I'm all dressed in white. Look, white jeans. I got white, all in white today. I'm the white clothes kid. White clothes. The wind's picking up, so my hair's gonna go all wobbly wobbly. So Australia have already had their New Year's Eve, and the reason I know is because Kathy and Luann both messaged me a couple of minutes before New Year's Eve was about to happen. Oh my god, it's cold now. That was a cold wind. Look at that snowman. That was a cold wind, that was. Oh, there is a cold wind, but I'm still going to brave it. So Australia, it's 2025 in Australia. So Kathy and Luann and any of the other Australian subscribers, members, Elvis fans, Happy New Year, Australia. Now, someone told me yesterday that in America, at 10 o'clock English time, is that right? They dropped the ball. I think it was Deborah. So at 10 o'clock, drop the ball. Is that right? Is that what it's called, guys? Where do they do that? Is that Times Square? I don't know. I don't know nothing about America. But obviously half of our members, half of the people on here are American, which I'm very grateful to. I love America. I'm a big fan of America. You guys, you Americans have treated me so well. So who's that? Rhonda Davis, yes. Happy New Year, Rhonda. We're live. I am getting messages coming in, yeah? So I was going to start talking about the last 12 months with you guys, but then we got distracted. We started talking about the diet, the carnivore diet, keto diet. So let's get back to talking about Elvis. So I want to talk about our channel defending Elvis. Woo. Now I actually see obviously we're all proud of defending Elvis. We're all proud of Team Elvis, yeah? Right, let me get past these people. There's a nice big house there. Guys, look at that house. Lovely house. Anyway, so it's actually quite a nice area where I live. It's quite nice, yeah? So, now I have been obviously doing Louis' World of Elvis for, I don't know how long it is now. It's 2 to 3 years. I've always really enjoyed making Elvis clips. Now, I didn't just do Elvis, I did anything related to Elvis. So it was Elvis, could be Lisa Marie, it could be meeting Tom Jones, meeting Muhammad Ali, could be the movies, the Vegas years, the army years. It could be, you know, Gladys and Vernon, it could be the different girlfriends Elvis has had. I tried to cover every aspect of Elvis's life. Dr. Nick, Colonel Tom Parker, the Memphis Mafia, different books. Just literally, the whole point of my channel, when I first started it, was to do mini documentaries around 1 or 2 minutes long. Happy New Year. To do mini documentaries about 1 or 2 minutes long, and I did them in shorts as well as wides. The shorts had music with them, and I was quite happily doing that for a couple of years. Now this is, a lot of you have heard this story before, but I'm going to tell it again because I think it's important. I was getting thousands of comments, thousands. I was inundated with comments on my videos. Like, you won't even believe how many comments I was getting. It could have been tens of thousands of comments. I couldn't read them all. I couldn't like or heart them. It was just too many. But I did try and read them. Yeah, now, on the live streams, I read every comment, just so you know that, guys. On the live streams, I read every comment. And also now, these videos that I'm posting, the vintage videos, the vintage interviews, the vintage footage that I'm now posting every day, 4 or 5 a day, I do read every comment. I just want you to know that, guys. This new phase that we're going into with the vintage footage, I do intend to reply to every comment. Anyway, let's get back to my story. So, I was reading some of the comments. A lot of the comments were trying to tell me about Priscilla's wrongdoing to Elvis, and about the Memphis Mafia's wrongdoing to Elvis, about Colonel Tom Parker's wrongdoing, and about Dr. Nick's wrongdoing. Now, initially, I didn't really know what to do, because I was getting hundreds and hundreds of comments every day telling me how bad Priscilla was. Now remember, I had fallen for the brainwashing of the book Elvis and Me. I had fallen for the movie, you know, the TV, like the Kurt Russell film, and then you got the TV melodrama. Let me just get past a minute. So I had fallen for the fairy tale, guys. Who is this? Have a look. So it's midnight, you got 11 minutes to go. Which country? Denise, which country are you in? Denise, what country are you in? Tell me, you got 11 minutes to go, yeah? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So as I was saying, I had fallen for the fairy tale. Now what is the fairy tale? Let me tell you the fairy tale. I had fallen for the fairy tale. Australia, all right, okay. So I know that Kathy in Australia, she's already had her New Year's Eve midnight thing happen. And she's messaged me 3 minutes before it happened. I think that was about an hour ago, but obviously she's in a different part of Australia You're in Melbourne, aren't you? So, okay, well, celebrations 2025 in Australia. Sydney, yes. So I'm not sure. Kathy, where is Kathy from Sydney? Or I know if there's any Australians watching, let us know. Anyway, so I'd fallen for the fairy tale. What is the fairy tale? Let me tell you it while I'm on my dog walk. It's freezing. The fairy tale is this. I know you've all heard me say it 1,000 times, but I have to keep repeating it. Right, she's from Sydney. Yeah, she probably is. I know Kathy is there doing a Elvis tribute act. So she's very busy, Kathy is. Very, very busy. But anyway. So the fairy tale is this. Elvis is doing his service in Germany, in Bad Nauheim. Towards the end of his time there, serving for his country in the army, he meets a young girl supposedly introduced to him by Cary Grant, who's only 14, and they strike up a friendship. Now Elvis is in quite a dark place at that time, because obviously he's still been grieving for the loss of his mother for quite a long, for his, I don't know the exact amount of months, but it was definitely 6 to 12 months, yeah? So he struck up a friendship with Priscilla, and he poured his heart out to her. He was worried about the future. He was worried about his movie career. He was worried about being forgotten by the fans. Just quite insecure and lonely. This is the story that we've been told, yeah? Now, I've actually heard a very different story. I've heard that Elvis had a really good time in Germany and had 3 or 4 different girlfriends. One of them was his secretary in the house that he rented so that his family and friends could stay there. So anyway, so he has this friendship, no sex, just friendship. It's quite normal for a man in his 20s to know teenagers. It wasn't unusual in the 1950s. Even for a man in his 20s to marry a teenager wasn't unusual in the 1950s. We can't compare it to now. Now things are different. Anyway, so as I was saying, so we know this fairy tale is that she moves over to Graceland and they fall in love, have a baby, get married, have a baby, and then everything's great until they divorce. And the reason they divorce is because Elvis is taking drugs and is unfaithful. This is the fairy tale. So the fairy tale is that it only went wrong. It's a lie as well. It's not just a fairy tale, it's a lie. That it only went wrong because Elvis played around. Elvis took drugs. Elvis was an addict. Yeah, this is the lie, the fake fairy tale. We've all fallen for it. And then poor Priscilla. So, this is just another lie, guys. Poor Priscilla was a victim. She was taken advantage of. Oh, thanks, Songbird. Poor Priscilla was a victim, yeah? She was taken advantage of by Elvis. He almost forced her to go to live in Memphis at Gracelands with Dee and Vernon. It's all just a pack of lies, guys. Just a pack of lies, yeah? But the whole public have fallen for it. The public just believed that Elvis was the bad guy and Priscilla was the poor victim. And this is what we'd all fallen for. The whole world had fallen for it. And then so when the book came out, Elvis and Me, everyone just thought, oh yes, now that the book Elvis and Me is out, it puts everything in writing. So that it's proved everything. The book Elvis and Me tells us the truth. Again, not true. Again, a big lie. The book Elvis and Me was a massive plan to brainwash the world. It was Priscilla's plan, in my opinion. Happy New Year, Elizabeth. It was Priscilla's plan to brainwash the world. So Priscilla, she starts off the 80s. Priscilla starts off the 80s, quite naive, giving some quite innocent interviews. She's in charge of Gracelands on behalf of Lisa Marie, and she's being quite calm, and I would say at that moment, you know, the late 70s, the early 80s, she didn't really have any intention of bad-mouthing Elvis and going after Elvis. Happy New Year, Elizabeth, yay. Now something changed around 82, I think. Something changed in Priscilla where she started thinking, I want to portray myself as a victim. So this is my opinion, guys. She comes up with a plan. We need to sort of do some interviews, change public opinion of Priscilla. And this is where you have, you know, the horrible interviews by people like Barbara Walters. There's a couple of them in there that interviewed her. Now these interviews were very, very different from the ones that she did in the early 80s, the late 70s. They were very different. The early 80s, the late 70s, the interviews were about praising Elvis, talking about how close they were, how magical it was being Elvis's ex-wife, but even though she did actually act as if it was his actual ex-wife. Let me just quickly read this. Anyway, so this is what's going on, guys. There's this big shift where behind the scenes, Priscilla and her little team have said, right, we're going to start a campaign. This is just my opinion. We're going to change how we do things. When we set up these interviews with people like Barbara Walters, we're going to portray Priscilla as a victim that was taken advantage of, that was underage, that was abused, that was in a prison at Gracelands, that was unhappy. We're going to portray Priscilla as if she was completely faithful, and that Elvis was the unfaithful one. Elvis did the damage. Elvis was on drugs. Elvis had a bad temper. Elvis was cruel. Elvis forced Priscilla to stay at Gracelands. These are all the lies that were being told. So when you go through the interviews, especially when you get to the mid-80s, 85, 86, 87, you see a very different Priscilla. Now this is when I think the questions are pre-rehearsed. I actually think that when Priscilla was being interviewed in the mid-80s, this was her plan in action. Right, let's get public opinion to see me, Priscilla, as the victim, Elvis as the predator. You get it, guys? And this obviously turned into the book, Elvis and Me. First of all, we had the interviews, then we had the book. Yeah? You get it, guys? Let me just get into the road here. Now, the book was a massive bestseller. Right, I'm just trying to make sure I don't get killed, guys. I'm just crossing the road. The book was a massive bestseller. Yeah? So, the whole world fell in love with the book and believed the book. It was a very interesting read. It was really the first proper book that had ever come out. No, actually it was the first book that Priscilla had written. So everyone automatically assumes that everything in the book Elvis and Me was truth. So you got millions of people reading this book. It's a massive bestseller around the world. All of the news companies, yeah, I'm trying not to, Elizabeth. All of the news companies have fallen for this book. So they're all taught that it's on all the TV programs, it's in all the tabloids, everyone's talking about this book. Happy New Year, anyone out there that it's 12 o'clock in Australia. So the whole world has fallen for this book. Everyone now has realised that Priscilla was the victim, the prisoner in Graceland. And everything is believed that Priscilla did nothing wrong. And this is the scam This is the con of the book. It's what I would say one of the most successful cons. I'm going to go this way, otherwise the wind's going to keep blowing my hair. I would say the book Elvis and Me is one of the most successful cons in history, because everyone fell for it. They literally believed every word of it. And this has become the narrative of the general public around the world, in every country, to blame Elvis for everything. This is the big thing, guys. Yeah, I know, the hair's not looking good now, mate. This is the big con. So where are the fans left? You think about it, guys. Where are the fans left? You've got this book that everyone is believing, that has tricked and conned the whole world. Oh, the wind, guys, the wind. Then you've got the fans of Elvis. Remember the fans of Elvis. Remember, there are millions of fans that know the book is not true. They know the book has lied. They know that Elvis being blamed for everything is wrong. So the fans really can't do much. You had no internet. You had no phones like we have today. There's no way of messaging people. So you think about it, in the 80s and the 90s and the noughties, how are people able to tell the truth about Elvis? That Priscilla has lied about Elvis? They just can't. They cannot. Maybe through you have the fan clubs. Woo. You have the fan clubs. That's it. There's no other way of defending Elvis. You could not defend Elvis if you were growing up in the 70s or 80s. You couldn't do it. It was just the fans knew that something was wrong with the book Elvis and Me. Priscilla was laughing. Priscilla had pulled off the biggest con in history by producing a book that was, in my opinion, full of lies, twisted the truth, reinvented history, and she got away with it. There was nothing anyone could do, literally nothing. Yeah? So really, there's been like quite a flat period, I would say, all the way through the 70s and 80s, and even some of the 90s, where nothing could change. The reputation, the image was set in stone. That Elvis was a druggie, a fat druggie, that groomed, controlled, even raped his wife, ex-wife. This is the horrific side of the damage caused by Priscilla's lies, by the book Elvis and Me. And when you look at the Barbara Walters interviews, which I am going to post, by the way, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to review the interviews on a live stream with Barbara Walters. There's not just that one, there's a few, and we're going to go through them, and we're going to pick out the lies. We're going to pick out how Priscilla is twisting the truth to brainwash the public, to spoon feed lies to the public. I agree, even the book and not just the movie. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I agree. You also have the Kurt Russell film, which I like. I like the Kurt Russell film, but it still portrays Priscilla as the victim and Elvis as a druggie and a bad-tempered man. Then you have the TV melodrama, the 1988 TV melodrama, which I think was produced by Priscilla. And even that, it portrays Priscilla as the poor victim. Elvis at first being, just a young, ambitious man. They always go through the motions with how he shot to fame overnight. Sun Studios, Memphis Studios. But then they show how Elvis mistreated Priscilla, and how everything that went wrong with Priscilla was Elvis's fault. So you think about it, you got the TV melodrama, which was a massive success in 1988. You've got the book Elvis and Me. Then you've got the Kurt Russell film as well. All of these things showing Priscilla as the poor, innocent, virgin victim. Yeah? And this is the brainwashing that has been set in stone for a good 30 years. Now, luckily, the internet comes along. Emails come along. Computers come along. So this gives the Elvis fans a chance to defend Elvis. So bit by bit, there's a bit of a noise. Oh, maybe what we've been told is not correct. Maybe the things that Priscilla wants us to believe in the movies, in the book, aren't the truth. So we're starting to understand now. This is in the 90s, yeah? We're starting to understand that we've been misled. We've been gullible. We've fallen for the lies. We've been used. So then you have the Elvis fans, yeah? You have the Elvis fans now. The noise is getting louder, wanting to defend Elvis. Trying to tell people that Priscilla is lying, that Priscilla has done wrong. Bit by bit, we're hearing things that Priscilla has done with her unfaithfulness, with Elvis Presley Enterprises, things done wrong to Lisa Marie. You get it, guys? Priscilla, in the end, may not be a virgin. You've got the Child Bride book, the 1997 Child Bride book, Suzanne Finstad's book, showing us a different side to Priscilla. Maybe she wasn't a virgin. Maybe Elvis was used. Maybe Elvis was tricked. This is what the book Child Bride says. Maybe Priscilla and Cary Grant and Priscilla's mother had come up with a cunning plan to get Elvis, to lure Elvis in a trap, to get Elvis caught in a trap. This is basically what the book Child Bride says. So then you start seeing things differently. Maybe the book Elvis and Me isn't truth. Now you've still got the interviewers around the world, you know, the TV news companies, the tabloids, the biographies, the documentaries, they're all still ripping into Elvis. They're all still blaming Elvis for everything. Even now, today they do it. Piers Morgan still does it. The last interview that he had with Priscilla, he still, I feel, was attacking Elvis. Yeah? So this is my point, guys. The reason when I first started doing Defending Elvis, that it was the fans that convinced me to defend Elvis, was because the fans were in their comments on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. The fans were screaming out with their comments. The fans' comments were telling us the truth. And this is what, bit by bit, how I became Defending Elvis. The more I've learnt with Team Elvis, the more serious I realise the wrongdoing to Elvis has become. I now know, through a lot of research with you guys, I now know that Elvis has been a victim. Elvis has been a very serious victim of Priscilla. I know it now, yeah? And so our job here at Defending Elvis is to expose the lies from Priscilla, from the Memphis Mafia, to expose them so we can clear Elvis's name. Now remember, Elvis has an image and a reputation that needs to be upheld, yeah? So I've got to keep the messages short, otherwise I can't read them. It only lets me read them for about 3 seconds. Hi, Josie. Now, Elvis has an image and a reputation. And every time something comes out, let me just get past this. Every time a book comes out, an interview, a biography, a documentary, every time a video is posted on YouTube that discredits Elvis, that gives the impression that Elvis is a paedophile, that Elvis was a groomer, a controller, every time these kind of things are said on YouTube, they damage his image and his reputation. This is why we exist, guys. This is why we're called Defending Elvis. So when people say Elvis doesn't need defending, yeah, I say this to the people that think Elvis doesn't need defending. Go and watch the videos that are derogatory about Elvis, your idol. Remember, Elvis is our idol, yeah? We know the true Elvis. We know how kind Elvis was, how giving he was, how generous he was, what a good heart he had. We know that Elvis was a gift to the world. Elvis, I repeat, Elvis was a gift to the world, and Elvis just wanted to do good again and again. I repeat, Elvis just wanted to do good again and again. A deeply religious man, a kind-hearted, God-fearing, God-loving man that wanted to give and help, he gave to. When Elvis gave to charity, he didn't just give to one charity, he gave to hundreds of charities. And he always said, I have one condition, don't tell anyone. Elvis, when he gave, would say, keep it a secret. Elvis didn't need his generosity to be all over TV and tabloids and magazines. He just did it because he loved it. He did it because he wanted to. Elvis didn't like holding on to money. If he got money, he would give it away. And then he would say, it doesn't matter, I'll go and make some more. I'll do some more tours. That is Elvis's attitude, was I get money to give away. When Elvis first became wealthy and bought the home for Gladys, when he bought Gracelands for Gladys and Vernon, he did it for them. When Elvis went and bought a pink Cadillac, he did it for his mum. You see what I'm saying, guys? This man who literally spent all of his life until the day he died giving away, giving to charity, helping people, helping strangers. This deeply religious man who loved gospel music, yeah, who even thought that he would even like the thought of becoming a priest, his image has been wrecked and ruined by the lies that, in my opinion, all started with Priscilla. Do you get it, guys? It all starts with Priscilla, the lies, the damage to the image, the damage to the reputation. So we here as Elvis fans, we've all Elvis has got. Who's going to defend Elvis if we don't? Elvis can't defend himself, I say it again and again. Who is going to defend Elvis if we don't defend him? Yeah? Yeah, of course Riley will, and the twins will when they get older. But who else? Honestly, guys, I ask you now on the comments, who else is going to defend Elvis? If not his own family, who else? Let me just get past these people. Dude. It can only be the fans. It can only be the fans, yeah? Gracelands aren't interested. Hi, Tony. Gracelands are not interested in defending Elvis. Gracelands and Elvis Presley Enterprises are a business. It is a business. That's what they are. Joel Weisshankar, Jack Sodden, the company that runs and rents Gracelands, the company that runs Elvis Presley Enterprises, they are a business. They're not interested in defending Elvis. They're not interested in telling the world that the book, Elvis and Me, is a book of lies. They're not interested in exposing Dr. Nick, exposing certain members of the Memphis Mafia. it's a business. So we can't look to Elvis Presley Enterprises. We cannot look to Elvis Presley Enterprises to defend Elvis. It's either Riley, Finley and Harper when they get older, or the fans. So this is why it's so important that we are defending Elvis Presley. This channel is, I like to think that we are the forefront channel in defending Elvis. I like to think we are at the front because we stand by it no matter what people say, no matter what people think. We proudly demand that we can defend Elvis and Lisa and his bloodline. We have to, because as I keep saying, if we don't defend, who's going to do it? Elvis can't do it. Yes, there's a few other channels that defend Elvis. I can name a few. Not many. I can only think of 3. I can only think of 3 channels right now, on the top of my head. There's 3 channels that defend Elvis. There's Shauna at Tenderly Loving Elvis. There's Presley Mania, Rhonda, and there's Rare Elvis First. Oh no, actually, and Hidden Minds. Hidden Minds. They also defend. Who else? Guys, who else? Think about it. I actually find that some of the other channels are actually telling us off. Elvis doesn't need defending. We should only talk about the music, the movies. We should only talk about his legacy. It's in the past. Why defend the past? You can't change it. I keep hearing it, guys. Why should we defend the past? You can't change it. It's ridiculous. Does anyone here actually believe that does anyone here actually believe that because it's in the past, it doesn't matter? That because it's in the past, we shouldn't bring it up and defend Elvis? Does anyone even for a second think that if it happened 40 years ago, 50 years ago, that it doesn't matter and that we can just leave it be? Seriously, I'm asking you guys, does anyone actually believe that because it happened 50 years ago that it doesn't count? Hell no, that's it. It's more reason to bring it up. Because why? I go back to those 2 words again. Image and reputation. Elizabeth, thank you, Elizabeth. Image and reputation. How do we preserve and protect Elvis's image and reputation unless we bring up the past? We have to bring up the past. You know, you have authors like Sally Hoddle, who wrote the book Destined to Die Young, which I actually think is not true. I don't think Elvis was destined to die young, but that's another story, yeah? We have authors like Sally Hoddle telling us we're not allowed to bring up the past, telling us that we're doing damage and harm to Elvis's legacy by defending him, by bringing up things about Dr. Nick, the Memphis Mafia, Priscilla Presley. They actually say that, guys. They actually say, let me cross over, that Sally Hoddle actually says that we are harming Elvis and that Elvis would not want to be defended. How ridiculous is that? This is an author of an Elvis book, and she says that by defending him we damage him and that he wouldn't want us to. Does anyone even for a second believe that? And I repeat, I do not believe Elvis was destined to die young. I think it's a load of bullshit. Anyway, that's a separate topic. We are going to be covering my views on that book, because I think in some ways that book actually does damage to Elvis, because what it sort of says is, yes, he had medical conditions that he inherited, but he was always going to die in his 40s. That's just bullshit. Does anyone believe that crap? Destined to Die Young, what a ridiculous title. Anyway, let me just keep going. So we are going to bring up the past. We're going to bring it up, we're going to break it down, we're going to do it year by year. We're going to bring it up, we're going to break it down year by year. We're going to expose Priscilla's lies. I always say this, I'm not a Priscilla hate channel, but she has done a lot of wrong. She has done a lot of wrong, so we have to expose Priscilla Presley's wrongdoing to Elvis and to Lisa, and to Riley and Finley and to Harper. We have to. Now, I know every now and then people will say to me, oh, you know, Finley and Harper get on well with Nana. Riley gets on well with Nana. I don't know. But that isn't the point. The point is we have to expose the wrongdoing to clear Elvis's name, to clear Lisa's name. Remember, guys, that even Lisa Marie was seriously badly treated by Priscilla. So we're not just defending Elvis, we're defending Lisa. Lisa was blamed for many things by Priscilla. Priscilla blamed many of the wrongdoings on Lisa, including trying to excuse it by saying that the reason things went wrong for Lisa was because of drug taking, because of different marriages, because of wasting money. When the truth is, one of the biggest culprits for wasting money from Graceland and from Elvis Presley Enterprises was Priscilla. Priscilla, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, was involved in squandering tens of millions of dollars, maybe $100 million from Elvis Presley Enterprises, from Gracelands. Barry Siegel, when he was appointed as manager on behalf of Lisa, wasted an absolute fortune in stupid investments like American Idol and other things. So my point is, the wrongdoing isn't just Elvis. The wrongdoing is also Lisa. You get it, guys? And then when Lisa passes away, we defend Lisa Marie. This is what we're here to do, defend Lisa Marie. So then when Lisa Marie passes away and Priscilla is money grabbing, trying to grab part of Lisa Marie's fortune, Priscilla is trying to take away part of the twins and Riley's inheritance because she doesn't want to be squeezed out as executor. Priscilla felt that when Lisa died, that she still had the right to be part owner or one of the executors, a joint executor with Riley. It's ridiculous. Does anyone understand just how ridiculous it is that Priscilla wanted to stay on as one of the executors after Lisa, her daughter, had died? It's ridiculous, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. Why do the public not see this? Why do the public not understand? Why do the public not understand that if their daughter dies, when Lisa Marie died, the mother should have stood aside and allowed things to be given to Riley and Finley and Harper? Why do the public not see that? Whew. So cold. Guys, it's getting cold. Do you see what my point is? Poor Lisa Marie dies. And then Priscilla jumps in demanding money. Eventually, everything goes quiet and they go behind the scenes. And there is a discussion with lawyers. And money is agreed. Riley gives Priscilla $1 million up front. Pays $400,000 legal fees. Gives her $100,000 a year as an advisor to Gracelands to shut Priscilla up, to make Priscilla go away. Yeah? This happened. That money that Priscilla was given came out of the pocket of the twins, of Riley. You see what I'm saying, guys? So the money grabbing doesn't even stop at the grandchildren. The money grabbing is still actually taking money out of the grandchildren's pockets. It's an absolute joke. Absolute joke that it's still going on. And then you've got Lisa Marie in her coffin, God rest her soul. We all miss her, of course. And then you've got Priscilla going around the world promoting herself as if she's Elvis Presley. How is that normal? How is it normal that this woman, who has been exposed in the book From Here to the Great Unknown, let's remember, guys, what does the book From Here to the Great Unknown say? The book From Here to the Great Unknown says that Lisa was abused. Let me just get past these people. So the book From Here to the Great Unknown says that Lisa was abused by Michael Edwards. That's what the book says. Lisa's tapes, her words, Riley kept it in the book, that allegedly Lisa was abused from between the ages of 10 and 15 or 16 by Michael Edwards, the ex-model, the ex-actor, yeah? He's still alive as well, guys. Now, this has been said in the book clearly, and what has been done about it? Absolutely nothing. Let me just get past. So remember, nothing has been done about it. Nothing. So to the people that say Elvis doesn't need defending, well, what about Lisa and the abuse that she had, that she said happened to her in her book, From Here to the Great Unknown? Should we leave that in the past as well? I say this to the YouTube channel that said Elvis doesn't need defending. Should we just not do anything about the fact that Lisa Marie was abused by Michael Edwards? She said that in her own words, in her book. I know it's alleged, I know it's for entertainment purposes, just opinions, but should we just leave it in the past? Shall we just do nothing about it, yeah? Elvis is called a paedophile. Should we just ignore it? Elvis's fortune was ripped off and squandered. Should we just say nothing? Elvis was accused of rape. Should we just do nothing? Should we just leave it in the past? Right, we've got a few more minutes yet, guys. That wind is getting me now. Anyway, a couple more minutes and I'm gonna... Oh God, I tell you what, I'm getting cold now. Now guys, I say this to anybody, any fans or any YouTube channels that think Elvis and Lisa do not need defending, please go and do some more research. Go and read the book From Here to the Great Unknown, Lisa's own book, her words, that Riley finished. Go and read it. Read the book Elvis and Me from Priscilla and pick out all the lies. Read the damage that was done by the book Elvis and Me, that was written by Priscilla Presley to damage Elvis, to make her look like a victim. Go and read it. Elvis does need defending, and I really believe, God, this wind is so cold. I really believe that if you don't want to defend Elvis, something is wrong. If you have fallen for this perfect image of Priscilla and Elvis on their wedding day, you've been brainwashed. You need to take the blinkers off and see the truth. You need to see the light. I don't think it's right that even one fan on the planet should think that Elvis doesn't need defending, that Lisa doesn't need defending, and now even Riley and the twins, they need defending, guys. So I say this to the people that tell us off for defending Elvis: shame on you, because you are Elvis fans. I repeat, to the people that think that Elvis doesn't need defending and think that us being called defending Elvis is ridiculous and that you should leave the past in the past, shame on you. You are Elvis fans. Remember, you are Elvis fans. The reason you like Priscilla is because you're an Elvis fan, no other reason. You may have been brainwashed. You may have been brainwashed by the book Elvis and Me, by all of the lies that have been said for the last 40 odd years. You may have been tricked. You may have been spoon-fed lies. Yeah? But it's not too late to see the light. To the people that don't want to defend Elvis, it's not too late to see the truth. To dig into the past, to expose the lies. This helps defend Elvis. This helps defend Lisa and the twins and Riley. Because I tell you now, Riley is under attack. You can't see it, guys. Riley is under attack, and eventually it will be the twins. Lisa was under attack as well. Unfortunately, she passed away. I've heard there was a possibility that Lisa was going to serve a lawsuit on Priscilla to do with this movie, to do with the film Priscilla, Sofia Coppola's film. Things were going on behind the scenes, guys, before Lisa died, that involved a lot of money, a lot of money. There was some serious wrongdoing happening behind Lisa's back, and we are only going to understand it if we try, as fans who love Elvis, to expose the truth. Ooh, a bit of darkness here. Ooh, the vampires are going to get me. So you get where I'm going, guys. The reason we eventually became defending Elvis is because it was just too much wrongdoing. There was too many lies. Too many things happened that were harming Elvis's image and reputation, and ultimately his legacy. You get it, guys? So we are gonna proudly defend Elvis. And when we go into 2025, we've only got 6, 7 hours left. Team Elvis, when we go into 2025, we are gonna stand up proud, and we are gonna defend every day, proudly, and we are not going to let the people shout us down. We're not going to let people like Sally Hoddle mute us from talking. Sally Hoddle, you cannot stop us. Sally Hoddle, the author of Destined to Die Young, that ridiculous book. You are not going to mute us. You are not going to mute us. We, the fans, have the right to defend Elvis and Lisa and Riley and the twins. The fact that it's in the past means nothing to me. No one will ever shut us up. Where are you going?
Just pay for these things that I've got, like, I was back and get my money back.
All right, okay.
At the time, so I was doing them now. Either way, I was going to pick up like
Some what? Because I've got the card, haven't I? Yeah, okay. Right, love you. I've got the card. Oh, Diet Coke, yeah, proper Diet Coke, yeah. So we're planning having a drink. Bacardi and Coke is the drink, guys. Anyway, okay, I've been serious enough. Guys. So let's get more chilled. I'll have a little chat now. So I just want to say, guys, happy 2025. We've got about 7 hours left. I'm going to put my leather trousers on and my leather jacket on, and I'm going to go and have a few drinks with my beautiful wife. My lovely kids are going to be with me. We've got a couple of families that are going to join us, and let's just enjoy the good stuff. Yeah, the good bits. Let's appreciate life. Let's give thanks for the lives that we have. Thanks to God, and just for being able to breathe. Let's give thanks to that. Now remember, when we do the defending, we're going to do it with love. Yes, we're going to forgive some people, and we're going to try and be kind, but we are going to stand our ground and proudly defend, and no one's going to stop us. So Happy New Year, guys. There's like 28 of you watching. Thanks for all your comments. You got Deborah and Tony and Songbird, Karen. Everyone now say Happy New Year so I can see who's here. So I will do a live stream. I'll try and do a quick 10-minute live stream when we're at the fancy dress. Happy New Year, Elizabeth and Stacy. I'm just trying to see all your names. Yeah, so we've got Rhonda and Josie. Happy New Year, guys. Of course, Deborah. Deborah has really helped me throughout the whole year. Deborah, you've been so kind to me. Stacey, you've had a tough time, I understand, but you're going to be fine. You're going to have a better year. Love Snubs. Happy New Year, Love Snubs. All of you that are watching now, have a great night. I think in America, Tony, we are very grateful for you as well. All of you guys in America, haven't you only got a few hours left? Angel's been so good to me this year. All of you, Tony's been really good to me. So many of you have been so kind to me and my family. And we're gonna have a drink tonight, guys. Have some fun. Probably have to take down the decorations soon, won't we? Look at the decorations on my house. So it's 10:34. All right, so Deborah, what time is it? Did you say it's 10:34 where you are? So, all right, Elizabeth, you have longer. Right, okay. So what time is it in America? So it's 11:34 a.m. Right, gotcha. Tony, where you are. 3:35 a.m. in Melbourne, Australia. So Australia, you're already in 2025, aren't you, Josie? Yeah, Deborah, are you 10:34? Yeah. Stacy, you're 10:35 in Alabama. Yes, right. Yeah. So Happy New Year, Josie. Josie's already in the new year. So 9:35 in Arizona. And 12:30 where Denise is. Denise, say where you are. Australia. Denise is in Australia, yeah? Perth, Western Australia. That's it. There we go. Yeah, all of you, Happy New Year. So I'm probably going to be on one more time, but only not for long, maybe 10 minutes. Fireworks have already been and gone. Ah, Josie. It's going to be a good year for you, Josie. Team Elvis rock, yeah? Team Elvis, we rule. So, peace and love to all the people watching that watch this live stream later. Peace and love to all of you. And no hard feelings to anyone. We wish everyone well, but we will defend. We will defend the whole bloodline. Elvis and the bloodline. Nothing's going to stop us, guys. Take care, guys. I'm going to have to go. We've been on for an hour. We've been on this dog walk for 1 hour. I send you all love. Thank you, Karen. You've been so kind to me, Karen. All of you that have been so kind to me. And obviously, you've been kind to each other because you've all become friends as well. Team Elvis. Team Elvis. Team Elvis. Happy New Year, guys. Happy 2025. You rock.